This week we're in Los Angeles, California, and this is the LA triple set. And over there, just on the other side of the building, we have this giant 20 stair rail. First person to ever skate this spot, Jeremy Wray with an ollie. What's up, Jeremy? How you doing?
So far, so good. Got the kids off to school and got the car in the shop. So yeah, we're off to a great start.
Good, good. Well, yeah, we'll just get right into it. As far as we know, you're the first person to skate it with the ollie. Do you remember that first time you went to that spot? Did someone take you there, or did you discover that spot?
I think we discovered it when we went to the art museum there.
Yeah, I think that's across the street.
I just walked by it and looked at it like, wow, this thing's actually pretty good. The marble material is so sick there because it's not completely smooth and polished. It's a little bit rough. So it's a little more like Love Park with that material.
This spot is also high bust. If you notice, we didn't even bring our boards over here because we think if we even talk about it with our boards in hand, we'll just get kicked out. We might get kicked out in the middle of this video, but we'll see what happens. Do you remember that first ollie being a big battle, or did you remember having to deal with security at all? It's a huge bust nowadays.
It was always a huge bust. So every time we went there, you're dealing with security, and the security window's right there so they can see you coming up. So we would have to like kind of come around the back so they didn't see you coming, and then have the timing right where the photographer or filmer would go to the bottom and just come around the corner right when you're about to do it. And then you'd usually get, 1 or 2 tries and then have to just leave for a second. And if you didn't get it, you gotta loop back around and try it all again. But they catch on pretty quick.
Yeah, for sure.
So everything had to be within 1, 2, or 3 tries back then.
He also came back, got a fakie ollie.
I think we got the fakie ollie first try.
Nice.
So just try to go super fast, pop early, and just stay over it. And I think we were in and out just like that. So that was a good one.
Nate Jones, possibly the second person to skate this spot with a back 180. And then Ed Selego, switch ollie. Switch 180. Let's jump to the audio video. One step beyond, that was like your whole ending montage was just a session at the triple set. What made you want to go back and get more on that spot after you already kind of left your mark on it?
I don't think anyone had really started skating it yet, and there was still lots to do. And just it being an LA spot, I kind of liked just that downtown LA look and feel. It was always fun to go out there and just try to get into it. But with all those tricks, I think those were all separate days. Because if we just roll through, get it, and then get kicked out, and then move on to something else, and then come back around another day and try to get something else. And it was funny, there was always like the same security guard was there every time. And he would come out and see me and just be like,
this guy again.
We try to work with him or work around him. I let him know, like, it's not personal. I'm not here to like mess up your job. I really just need to get some stuff here. I'm doing my job too, and I can do it after you're off. So let me know when you're off and I'll come then. And he was not too receptive on working with us, but you got to try. But it calmed him down a lot to know that we're willing to work with him,
Another big trick that went down on the triple set.
Guys, wrap it up. There's no skateboarding here.
Oh, we're not skating. We're actually just filming a documentary for our YouTube.
I don't care. You have to go.
Oh, actually, we can't go yet. At least not until we talk about today's sponsor, BetterHelp.
Do you struggle balancing work and personal time? I feel like I'm constantly stuck in work mode, which causes me to forget to do things like relax, have fun, and get a good night's sleep.
It's clear that many of us struggle with work-life balance. While passion drives us, it can also consume us. That's where BetterHelp comes in. They offer a way to address these challenges, or really, any that you're facing at all, with professional help. BetterHelp will connect you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you unbiased, helpful advice. Just go to their site, answer a few questions, and BetterHelp will match you with a licensed therapist who has years of experience helping people with struggles just like yours. Best part is you can do it all from the comfort of your own phone or computer via phone call, messaging, or video chat. Let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist that can help you all from the comfort of your own home. Visit betterhelp.com/DernBrothers or choose Dern Brothers during sign up to receive a special discount on your first month.
That's it, guys. I'm calling LAPD. Gonna call BetterHelp as well.
Let's just go back to the skate spot history video. You ollied over the rail. You did nollie. You did nollie back 180. And then you did the front half cab. Do you remember any of those being more of a battle than the others?
I think the nollie was the one that was surprisingly hard because I had a decent nollie, and if you went fast enough, you're gonna make it. But for whatever reason, the first time I tried the nollie, I ended up catching like the last stair and a half. I don't know, it just didn't like nollie high enough and far enough, and I was surprised it didn't clear it. So I ended up sliding on my chest, like, or on my belly, away from the triple set, and it ended up like stretching like a muscle right there. So I remember going on tour after that and feeling it for another like 3 or 4 days. Just like it really stretched me out in a weird way, but it's because that ground there is so dense. So when you fall there, it hurts a lot more. But also you get better pop there because the nice marble gives you a good snap.
Why do you think no one's ever grinded these rails?
You get on and immediately go down. It's kind of steepish, and it's aluminum, so it probably doesn't grind the best. And you
Definitely not.
kind of have to get like rails like this broken in first.
First person to kickflip the set. First person to flip their board on the set in general. Nyjah with a kickflip. Then he came back, got a heel flip. T-Funk front shove.
Luke Hampton backside flipped it. Erik Ellington hard flipped it in the Death Wish video. And then recently, Steven Swanson hard flipped it. Maybe he didn't know it had already been done. Andrew Reynolds has done 3 tricks. Frontside flip, barrel heel,
I go hard in the paint.
and full cab. So Figgy switchback 180'd it. But that was just his warm-up because he switched backside flipped it. Bake and destroy, probably my favorite Figgy part.
You don't see switch backside flips down big stuff very often. It's just one of those tricks, but when you have it, it works. So I don't know, it's easier than some other tricks if you're good at it. Just the way it lands and the way it flips, you know you have it and you're landing riding forward. So that was a sick one though. I just remember seeing it like, that's awesome.
Sebo Walker also switchback 180'd it. And he switch flipped it. And he switch frontside flipped it. And nollie flip. That's a long nollie flip. Yeah, anything like nollie or fakie on this is pretty crazy. You gotta go way faster.
You got the run up to do it though.
Yeah,
it's a
for
long, smooth run up.
Yeah.
Smooth landing.
This ground's amazing. Like this type of ground doesn't even hurt that bad to fall on. Jeez. Auby Taylor, fakie flip this thing. So P-Rod, one of the few that have gotten permits to skate here, switch hard flipped it.
Yeah, for a Nike commercial.
Yeah.
Like rail slides and road rash. He was actually on the scene when P-Rod. Yeah. He was
switch hard flip. There was air, and then there was sticking.
That was a good day.
Now let's talk to him about it.
What up, brother?
How you doing, man?
I like the background you got there.
Thanks. Yeah, we got a little setup, kind of a dive bar vibe in our garage, so.
Nice.
Well, yeah, dude, let's get into it. LA triple set. You got the switch hard flip. And the unique thing about your trick is that you were able to skate it with a permit. So
Yeah.
my first question, how did that come about? Did you get to pick that spot, or did Nike approach you with the idea?
No, I got to pick it for my shoe commercials. It was always, you know, we would come up with the concept, and then they would kind of lean on me to decide, like, all right, but what would you like to skate in the commercial? What would you like the trick to be, you know? So I was always the one coming up with the spots.
Was switch hard flip the goal for that spot, or did you like warm up with anything else other than an ollie, or?
No, switch hard flip wasn't the goal. It was my plan B, no pun intended. I went there, my original goal for it was to big spin heel it. No, I didn't warm up on anything else other than ollie. I ollied a few times, and I had never skated those stairs before. I just, for some reason, have a knack of painting myself into a corner and putting pressure on myself for these type of situations. Obviously, I'd seen it a lot over the years, and always, like, whenever we were near that area, I'd always go up on top of the stairs and kind of check it out and just size it up, but never skated it. And I just kind of threw it out at them like, yeah, I'd like to skate that. So I just ollied it, I don't know, probably a handful of times. I'm big on ollie and stuff before I'm about to jump. I gotta feel what the speed is like and the impact and the distance and all that is. And so, yeah, the original goal for that was to big spin heel it. And I had been practicing a lot leading up to that at the skate park, just doing it a bunch, trying to go really fast and get comfortable going really fast doing it. It was a little bit windy that day, and the wind was coming towards me. And so it was like going against, when I was pushing, it was going against me, slowing me down a little bit. And I probably tried to big spin heel it, maybe like, it's been a while, so if I remember, maybe like 10-ish or so tries, and I just couldn't get it to clear the stairs. I would flip it, kind of go to catch it, and just see that I was like gonna land on the last set and kick it away and just roll out. And I did that probably about, maybe 10 or so times. And then I had to make a tough decision in the moment, like, all right, yes, it's cool. You think like having a permit, it's cool. It makes it so that you can like take your time. But like, I have a whole big ass camera crew. There was the big bus of extras and actors up there, and Blake Anderson on top, permit, you know, the cops blocking the streets off. It felt more pressure because it was like, there's no coming back. It's either you get it today or you don't get it, and the commercial is not going to be what you hoped it would be, you know? So it's more stressful in those situations, for me at least, because there's so much money invested into that moment for it. I tried like 10 tries and I was like, all right, I just can't seem to get the distance that I need or go fast enough to clear the big spin heel. So before my legs would get too tired, I was like, all right, if you're gonna switch it up, like switch it up now before like you're dusted. You know, especially at that time, switch hard flips were feeling really good for me. So I was like, all right, well, you know, big spin heel was my dream for it, but all right, let's fall back on the switch hard flip. So once I started trying that, I felt pretty confident because like the first try didn't flip, it just kind of like went upside down, but like the speed felt good, like I was clearing it. And I was like, okay, all right, I think I got this. Probably that took somewhere around like another 10 or so tries till I landed it. Yeah, that's how it went. I was very relieved.
Yeah.
Very relieved, like thank God, like, oh man, like it would suck to like try and just not walk away with a trick, having all these people there, a whole camera crew, all these people depending on like this shot to like make the commercial. So yeah, that was kind of how that went.
That seems like a lot of pressure. Was it, because I know you've done a few of the Nike commercials, and the other big one that comes to mind is the one with Ice Cube. And you did the switch tray on the Santa Monica triple.
Police and they roll right past me.
Did you feel like this commercial for the Skate Safari had more pressure on it? Seems like there was maybe even a bigger crew there.
I think It was more pressure because, not necessarily because it was a bigger crew, it was probably a similar investment on Nike's part, probably, you know, like the whole camera production crew and everything. But it was probably a little more pressure on me because I know that I had already done that commercial and it went so well that I didn't want to like pull through with anything less, you know what I mean? So like I put pressure on myself to like, well, you know, you already set the bar for yourself with the other one, like, you know, let's try and keep that going. So I was definitely putting the pressure on myself for that.
Yeah, definitely. Did you have a lot of time there, or was it like, hey, you got to do this in like an hour and then we got to move on, or did they kind of let you do your thing as long as you
Yeah, they let me do my thing. Yeah, we probably had a few hours, 4 or 5 hours, whatever. I think it was permitted for the day. So I don't remember around what time and what. I feel like it was like the afternoonish time. But that aspect of it was good because like I could take my time, skate flat ground on the top, because that spot's a huge bust normally, right? So like all the other people you see in videos and tricks that you saw go down on that, they probably had to just warm up on flat around the corner, whatever, and just run up and just take the handful of tries that they could get before security comes and kicks them out. So it was a luxury to be able to just like skate flat ground, take my time, feel good, ollie it, you know, get acclimated with the spot and then start trying. Yeah, so that part was definitely a luxury.
Definitely. How was Blake Anderson on the shoot? Was that your idea to get him on that commercial, or did you get to hang out with him at all?
When you go on a whale watch, did they guarantee you're gonna see whales?
Yeah, the good ones do.
Well, I guarantee you're not gonna see whales out here.
It wasn't my idea to get him in the commercial. The agency that came up with the commercial concept kind of came up with him doing that. And, you know, at that time, especially Workaholics was still such a big show. It was like super rad to have him on the shoot. I had met him a couple times before that, not like really got to super bro down with him, but he was already friends with Atiba at that time. And so I'd met him like once or twice before. Yeah, it worked out really good. But since then, I've become pretty good friends with him over the years. So that's cool. It worked out like that.
Yeah, super cool. With you doing all the Nike commercials, was there ever a spot that you had in mind that you guys didn't get out to, like to get a permit on?
No, not really. All the spots that I've wanted to skate in Nike commercials, it always worked out as far as permits were concerned. But I'm trying to think. I think I only had a permit for those 2 times.
Oh, really?
Oh, maybe the third. Maybe the double set commercial for my P-Rod 8 shoe. I did an ollie frontside 180 flip down a double set.
Oh, he's going long.
It's a completion.
No! Ouch! Oh, wow! Easily with a massive hit.
Wow, bro.
That I grew up skating my whole life here in the Valley, but it became a bust over the years. So I think we permitted that one. So only those 3 times were permitted, and then any other Nike commercial that I've had or been in was all just normal skate style.
That must be nice being able to skate it and not have to worry about getting kicked out.
Absolutely. But I bet Shane O'Neill had to worry about getting kicked out with the switch tray flip. Chris Colbourn, back 360. He also did switch front heel. Justin Brock stepping it up with a tray flip.
A beautiful tray flip.
Another nollie trick, nollie heel by Mike Patterson.
In your face! In your face!
He also did switch heel.
When it's placed on the bro. That's how you get it. Let's get it straight. I'm matched with.
This is a good one, nollie backside flip by Trevor Colden.
Yeah, that's crazy.
First try. On my birthday, cuz.
And Cody McEntire, nollie big spin. And nollie back heel. And then we got TJ Rogers, switch big spin.
Tyshawn Jones, switchback heel. Probably the most popped trick on this thing. Mike, I forget his last name, but he inward heeled it. Ishod, beautiful front three.
I had a Duke's ad doing a frontside 360 down it. It was a sequence shot by Dan Sturt. Same thing with security. Sturt was there with his camera. He shot the sequence, and then we got kicked out before we got to film it. And that was the days where we didn't have a filmer and a photographer at the same time. So I always wanted to go back and film another one so I could have video of it. And I tried it when we were doing the audio filming there, the day that I got the nollie backside 180. It was later in the day, and there was just a wind tunnel going through that thing against you. So you had to push against the wind to get there. And it just made it a lot harder. So I just remember getting tired of trying it, and I landed on so many, I never got a clean roll away.
No way.
It seemed like easy enough. I kept landing on it, but it just kept slipping out or doing something weird every time I'd land on it. I couldn't just land and roll straight. But also I remember that board, I set it up specifically for the nollie backside 180 because it had a steeper nose, but it also meant it had a mellower tail. So every time I was popping the frontside 360, it wasn't getting as steep as a normal one. And it was harder just to get it to wrap around proper. Yeah, it was the wrong setup for that trick.
Chris Joslin ghetto bird it.
He got that one at night, I remember. Yoshi Tanenbaum definitely had to worry about getting kicked out. He was literally getting kicked out as he landed a laser flip, but ran up anyways to do another one back to back.
Call the cops. Go, Yoshi. Oh my God! Yes!
Fuck you guys, dude! We're in the movie.
Big flip, Josh Sierra. And then Mike K with the switch big heel. And that's the list for the triple set. So if anyone knows anything we missed, leave it in the comments below. But the video's not over. We're gonna head over to the 20 stair next. And maybe one other spot on the way. Let's go. And what do we got here?
So this 14 stair, a couple tricks, well, probably more tricks than we know of have gone down in this thing. So if you guys know, let us know.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear, but we do know. Yuto front shoved it. Andrew Arnold barrel heeled it.
All right, what do we got here, Kanaan?
Just on the other side of the building, we have this giant 20 stair rail.
Ooh. Another great run up.
Yeah, pretty perfect, but gnarly. It's pretty low too.
Who's the first one to skate this?
Rob Deerdick 50-50'd it, but he actually turned it into a square rail.
I remember that in that old DC commercial.
Yep. And then after that, it didn't get skated for a long time. I was wondering if this wall rail was possible, but it's almost a little too close.
Yeah.
To be able to like stay on that.
Oh, definitely. That is very close.
Yuto 5-0'd it. Logan Kirshak grinded it. Cy Romano board slid it. And he feebled it. Oscar Meza front boarded it. I believe he took a slam on that too. One of the craziest tricks that's been done on this, Jake Ilardi, front feeble. But let's talk to him about it.
Yo, what's up, dude?
Yo, what up, Destin?
Front feeble, was that trick a battle? How was security? Because I know that spot's a super high bust. Basically, what was it like that day you did the front feeble?
Yeah, so that day we had no plans at all. We were just kind of cruising around LA, skated like a bump to leg spot, and then we went to like this double set down the street. And then everyone was kind of like done skating for the day. I was like, let's go to the 20. Like, fuck it. All my homies from Sarasota were in town with me, like Gaspar, my homie Erik, homie Tyler, my brother Nate, his homie Liam, the homie Austin. We were deep. Like, we had a pretty decent squad. This was during like when COVID was kind of still active. So I definitely think it gave us a little bit more of a window with like the kick out and stuff. Yeah, Nate and Liam were following me around with like the big, huge cameras because they were filming a documentary on like my road to the Olympics. And then my homie Gaspar was filming my like thrasher part, so he had the FX6. And then yeah, I just was like, let's go to the 20. Like I 50'd it a couple times, like first try. Maybe did like one more and then started trying front feeble, and I started to stick it, but that ground is so slippery on the bottom because it's like the marble floor. And it was kind of like Arizona rollaway, like hands behind the back, like power sliding out, like couldn't hold on to it. Security came out and he gave me 2 more tries actually. So like one try when he was like, all right, you got one more. I went all the way to the bottom and then slipped out again.
Last one, we're leaving. We're gonna leave after this.
Oh my God. I think it was like the 5th or 6th try I was riding away, and I just, dude, I couldn't believe it. I was stoked. It was the biggest front feeble I've ever done.
Let's go! Let's fucking go!
Yeah, definitely. Were you looking to get a big front feeble for your part, or was that just like you were in the moment?
So I actually already had one for my part. I had front feebled Franklin. I don't know if that footage ever came out. Blind had used it in like, you know those little banners, ads they have on the Thrasher videos like before the part plays? It's like the 15-second ad sometimes. Mm-hmm. It ended up getting used in that. It never came out on like a real video part. So the front feeble on the Franklin, sorry to backtrack, but that was like the previous trip to Cali, and then I came back and then got the front feeble on the 20. But yeah, I didn't even know we were gonna go to it that day. We were just in downtown LA, and I was like, let's check out the 20.
How long do you think the session was until you got the front feeble, or like how many tries do you think?
I would say the session was probably, it was under 10 minutes for sure. The scariest thing was like the aluminum, because like it was kingpin on the aluminum. So I was really nervous about like not locking in, or like if I did lock in, if it was gonna like hold me, you know? Because sometimes that type of metal likes to stick.
Yeah, definitely. It's crazy the amount of tricks that have gone down on that rail. I was gonna ask if you ever thought about trying to skate the triple or the 14 stair, or if your focus was the 20 stair.
Yeah, focus was definitely the 20. I've looked at the triple set and the 14, and I'm not really a jumper. I'd rather grind down a big rail than jump down like a big set or a triple set or something like that.
Right. Was that the only time you ever went and looked at the spot when you did the front feeble, or?
I've looked at it a couple times, like leading up to the front feeble. Like I've just, like with the homies, we'd just go and like, oh yeah, it'd be cool to like front feeble this or front blunt it or something. And then one day we just ended up going. Funny enough, the front feeble was the day before I skated Hollywood 16 and did the big flip board on that, so. That was like building up the special meter, you know, like I did the front feeble, and then like I felt like on top of the world, like, okay, let's go handle this trick tomorrow. So not to get off topic.
No, that's great.
I think I saw Zion trying to skate it on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, he was like getting kicked out, but he grinded it. I'm sure there was another trick in mind, but I don't know if he ever got to it.
Brad Saunders, back Smith. One of the other craziest tricks on this rail.
Backsmith and front feeble, I'd say those are equal.
Nyjah crooked the rail. Jayden Bono, nose grind.
Wow.
Yeah, he like nose grinds it and then he lands and I think he like reverts into the chair. Like he landed it like clean, but it like revert 180 somehow.
And then last but not least, Tommy Finn with a back lip.
Insane.
And that's all the tricks I know of on this, so if we missed any, leave it in the comments below.
I want to see someone ollie this thing.
Yeah, ollie is open.
Yeah.
This is a big 20 stair ollie.
Bigger than El Toro, that's for sure.
You move the tables, lots of room to roll away.
Dude, it'd be sick to see somebody like nollie into that thing, or like, I don't even know if flipping it is possible on that, but that would be insane.
That would be crazy, yeah. Dude, someone should nollie into that rail.
Yeah, like a nollie grind or a nollie front feeble or something. That would just be so scary to commit to because it's like such a long rail.
All right, that's our video on the LA triple set and 20 stair. Let us know if we missed any tricks in the comments below, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
It is a sleeper bust for sure. You gotta like basically commit from first go. Like you don't even have time to really ollie it. You just gotta be warm and just be so confident in whatever you're trying and just try to put it down from the get-go.